Hello and welcome to Yarn Tales by the Sea. I'm Kellyanne and this podcast comes to you from the southeast coast of the United Kingdom. This is predominantly a knitting and crochet podcast. So a big welcome back to my returning viewers and a big hello to any new viewers I've got. If you like what you see, please subscribe and please like to help the YouTube algorithm. So first of all, I'll get the admin out of the way. So I am co-hosting a make-along with the delectable Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn. We are doing a accessory make-along, which is i.e. hats, gloves, scarves, shawls, anything that's classed as an accessory for the body and not the house. So we both have our own Ravelry groups where you can upload pictures of your finished items, and there's also a chat thread that goes with it, and each quarter we both draw prizes, which is a physical prize for the finished object thread, and a Ravelry pattern up to the value of $10 for the chatter thread. So we encourage you to double dip, and we also encourage you, if you're in other make-alongs that fit our criteria, as long as the other people running the make-alongs don't mind, please again double dip, treble dip, whatever. So oh dear, yeah. So this weather, oh, it's dreadful, isn't it? Mind you, I don't suppose it is compared to what some of the rest of the world's got. I mean, basically we're in summer and we haven't seen hide or hair of it. It's just rain, rain, rain and overcast. But I think it was just the day before we did have a little bit of sun come through, not much. But I have to say I'm like really disappointed because of my garden. I was so looking forward to all the veg and the flowers and plants, and most of it's been eaten by flipping slugs. I've never known our garden to have so many slugs as what it has this year. So yeah, annoyed. Oh well, my sweet peas are still coming up, so I'm hoping to get some of those this year. So yeah. Right, enough waffle I think, so I should get into it. So I don't have any finished objects. I have a nearly finished object, but yeah, I did try yesterday to get it finished, but I just couldn't. So my first whip is the Mount Pleasant Tea by Pip and Pin. So let's get that. That's in my, what's it, Clara Rose Crafts. I still haven't taken the labels off. I say that every podcast, don't I? So this is done in noodle soup yarn in the Inky Tincture colourway. Not sure which is back or front. So that's where I am so far. As you can see, not far to go. So I've done the arm on that one. So all I've got left is to do that arm and then obviously the neckline. But I did a really, really stupid thing, and I thought, I'm not ripping back. So it requires a 3 needle bind off, and I don't know where my head was, but I forgot to turn the garment inside out when I did it. So I bet you I'm not the only one that's ever done that, and I certainly won't be the last. So I've opted to just do the other one the same rather than unpick it, and I'm quite happy. You know, I think you can see that got the ridge there. I don't mind. Called it a design feature, so it won't really show anyway. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I really, really enjoy knitting this. I mean, you've got the lace, you can see it there. So I've still got that to go, so I think I'm going to have a little bit left over. So yeah, I actually think I might do several of these in different colours. And it fits. I did try it on, it actually fits. So yeah, really pleased. I love the way the yarn is, because my favourite colours at the moment are the sort of the teals, and I do love a nice mauve as well. Teals and blues, bluey greens I'm really into. So yeah, I really, really like that. And I should be wearing it with like either long shirts with trousers underneath, or over top of the dress would be nice. So yeah, really pleased with that. So definitely be finished for the next podcast in 2 weeks' time. Right, so have another cast on, new cast on. Right, so I've cast on a Sockhead hat. Sockhead hat, yeah. I can't remember who it's by. Legs are going off for no reason. Right, so the yarn, I can't pronounce the thing, but it was gifted to me by Vera, and I do know it's the colourway is marshmallow. She very kindly let me know. So that's that. She's that. I mean, I absolutely love this. I am so in love with this yarn. It's just so beautiful. So that's my progress so far. Because I've made Colin, I think, 2 of these hats, but I've not actually made one for myself. So that's how far I've got so far. Absolutely loving how this yarn is knitting up. It's so nice to work with. It's beautiful. Such pretty, pretty colours. Which feels nice. Because I don't think it's merino, but it feels like it. It's that soft. Just double check on that. Pretty sure. I don't know. Just says wool, 75% wool. I don't know what it is, but it is really, really soft. So yeah, really, really liking that. Show it again. I always try to keep it on things on camera for, you know, a few seconds when I show things, because there's nothing worse when you're watching podcasts, you know, especially if it's something you really like, and people they hold it up and go, oh yeah, and that's what I've done, and I'm thinking, hang on, didn't even get to see that. I want to see what the wool looked like. I want to see what the pattern looks like. So yeah, so that's hence why I do hold up for a considerable amount of time, so people get to see. So there's that in my bag that was kindly sent and made for me by Susie. So I class this as my hat bag. So there's that. So I've still got a couple of things. So this, what I'll do, I'm going to go into some yarn for a minute, because for future mates, because Vera also sent me this one, which she sent me this because of it. I drum. I'm a street performer in a large drum troupe, and our colours are black and red. So originally I thought I'd make a cowl, but then I thought that's not really a very good idea, because I wear face paint and I wear a wig and a top hat, and I'm thinking if I get too hot in a pub or something while we're, you know, in between drumming or whatever, and because of the face paint, it's not the ideal thing to make. So I'm going to make a one skein shawl, which will be really nice just as a scarf that can be held together with a shawl pin or something. So I've got a pattern for that. I think it's a Rosie's Moments pattern I've got, that I've previously made a shawlette. Yeah, it's a shawlette pattern, but yeah, so that's what I'm going to do for that one. So I forget what Vera said the colour was called on this one. But yeah, it's nice. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And I was also, because like I said, I never win anything, and then I think in the space of 2 or 3 weeks I won 2 things. So I was lucky enough to win a giveaway by Anne from Spa Knits, and it's a sock. I won a sock set, and I thought I really don't want to use that on socks because it's too nice. So it's Gardener's Cottage yarn. That one's in Jazzy. Excuse me. And this one's Pink Grapefruit. And Vera sent me this one, which is a Pegasus Mini. And they're all merino. And so there's a shawl called Sock Set Shawl. And I thought that will be absolutely ideal because it takes, it's 100 grams and 2 20-gram minis. So that's a 50-gram mini. I'll have some left over, so I thought that'd be ideal. So I'm hoping the green will look nice in there. So yeah, so that's 2 shawls. The thing is, I haven't made a shawl in such a long time, and I want to be a little bit careful how I go with garments because where I put on so much weight, and I'm still trying in the process to start losing weight, and if anything I've actually put more on. So I'm being a bit choosy with garments I make at the moment, so I'm trying to make ones that I think will look alright while I'm big, and alright if I lose weight, if they're baggy, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, there's that. And what's it? So I've done that. So because of that sock, I will show the other sock. I haven't ripped it apart, but for those that haven't seen last month's, I started this sock. It's in Twink Knits yarn. Yarn looks beautiful like that, but then I wasn't liking how it was knitting up. Now usually I don't mind pulling, but I'm not so keen on the way that's pulled, so I still haven't 100% made my mind up what I'm going to do with that, so I probably am going to rip it out. So what I did is I started excuse me, another sock. So I have a lot of Drops Fable that need using up, so I just took some out of my stash. I'm just making a vanilla with this one, so that's what that one looks like so far. And the colour for that one, she says, I've got it, is 910, so it's 910. It's in a Amelia Joy bag. So yeah, I'm just doing these vanilla, kind of remind me of the beach, sort of sandy, the sand. And I'll tell you what, this one actually feels quite thicker than normal, and it looks like, normally I wouldn't expect the ball to be that small, but only going that far, so I might do these a bit shorter, because I'm wondering if it's because it's feels a bit thicker, that it's not going to have so much length there. But I find you get that occasionally. I mean, both balls are the same, both feel that way. So yeah, so that's that. Don't know if you can hear the gulls going off out there. And I'm not going to speak about, because today's Monday the, what is it? I can't, Monday the what? Is it the 12th? So I'm not going to speak about that because I don't follow football, so I don't want to get into any of that. But yeah, so I'm also doing jelly roll blanket, by Kay Jones from the Bakery Bears. I don't have hardly any merino leftovers because I've only just started my journey on using that kind of yarn, and so I am using generic sock yarn. So I wasn't sure what it looked like, so I did check to see if anybody else was doing it, and there was another lady, and I thought that looked all right. So yeah, so I think this. So I think I've done it. Is it 48 inches long? So I've just started in on the second strip. So yeah, it's easy enough to do. I think it looks alright. Yeah, generic. Right, so my only bugbear with this pattern, because I will tell things how I feel it is. So I think it cost me about £5 for the pattern. You know, fair enough. But for me, it's easy to follow. It really is. But what I would say is, she gives help in here by way of your URLs to YouTube. So you have to type it in because obviously it's a hidden hidden tutorial. So you know, only people that buy the pattern see. So I went on there once just to check that I was doing it okay, and went on there a second time. I can't remember why, and the video's been taken down as far as I can see. And I double checked I put the right thing in. So I think for anybody that's new in knitting, and although it is easy to somebody that's been knitting a while, it may not be easy for like I said, new knitter, how to join each strip together, because there's no photos how to do that at all. So that's my only bugbear for that, for you know, other people that may want to buy the pattern. There's a couple of this doesn't make sense to me. I like to weave in my ends as I finish each strip. I weave in the cast on and the bind off ends once the blanket is complete. So one way she's saying I like to finish weaving in the ends in each strip, but then another way in the same sentence that she's saying when she does the blanket. So yeah, so that's my only bugbear with that. It just needs a little bit, I think, clarification for newer knitters. So yeah, so there's that. So I think, yeah, that's everything I think I've done there. I have started an amigurumi, just a little one. It was a free, I don't know, Colin, could you just pass me that cream bag, the one with the silver gold handles, whatever it is. So I use this bag for bigger things and stuff I keep in those. Just a free bag I got a few years ago when I was buying for my bracelet. So right, so the one I'm doing is out of the, what is it, Crochet Now magazine. It's quite an old one actually. And then I found that I had I was just going through my stuff and felt, oh, I haven't done the kit that comes with that, so it's that one. So I pulled the kit out and it was all flat. It's one of those vacuum sealed. See if I haven't got the, I don't know if I kept the yarn still. I should have got all this out first, wouldn't it? Oh, I don't know. I might have already thrown it. Or, oh no, it's in there. So it wasn't in this. This was flat and then the yarn. Right, so can you see actually, if I get a different colour, because I think that might blow out. Right, the state of this yarn. It is as flat as a pancake. There's no structure to it. It's absolutely dreadful. I mean, and that's been out of the vacuum pack for over a week, and it's not fluffing up, it's not doing the floof thing. So needless to say, I'm just going to chuck it all away. So I just picked up some Stylecraft yarn that I had laying about. Well, it's mainly Stylecraft, I think. I'm only going to do one of them. So that's the head. So I've just done the head and the body. It's just something to, you know, to do if I've got 5 minutes here and there. So I really don't know how I find time to do a lot of the stuff I do, to be honest with you, because I have 6 planners that I do every day. Hang on, I'll quickly grab a couple, excuse me, while I'm off camera a minute. So yeah, so I've got a few planners that I like to run out. So my first one is like 1 line a day. It's a 5-year diary. There's no dates as in the year, so basically I'll take it off. So that's 5 years worth, and you just put the year, and then you've got your date across there. So you know, it's really nice. Over 5 years you can see what you were doing each of those days. And then I've got the question and answer one. Again, so similar thing, it's 5 years, and you get a question at the top of each page, and it's the same question for 5 years. So I think that's really good to see, you know, what you were doing for the same, you know, what your answers are, if it's changed over the years. Then I've got my every day-to-day planner. So yeah, it's got so much in here. So I've sort of recently redone it because I keep six months in, and then I chuck out. So, and everything is in here, absolutely everything. Obviously I have mood tracker, a habit tracker, month at a glance. Everything's falling down. There's loads in here. My life is in here, little as it is at the moment because of what's going on. So I'll just put them down there. Then I have a journal. So this year I'm doing it in A5 loose. If anyone wants to know where I got this from, it's I got this one from AliExpress. So much cheaper than getting it from Amazon. So I made that dashboard. So I just journal each day, all sorts. It's just my style of journaling. That's how I do it. So, and then a lot of people say, why would you want a book journal? But because I read so much, I do. So that's your bookshelves. And then I do a lot of things like this, finish trackers. So I track I drew this up. So I track when I finish a book. I have 3 different colours for this year: mauve, purple, that's the same, isn't it? Mauve, orange, and pink. So I know. So I just like to do things like that, like book starting with, where you do your book, you know, keeper, things like that. I just like doing all sorts of things and all the reviews. I'm a nerd. So yeah, so doing that, and I've also now started playing World of Warcraft again. So that's reading and trying to do knitting and crochet, playing World of Warcraft. I think that's it, isn't it? think so.
Yeah.
He's on his computer. So yeah. So yeah. Got to keep yourself active, haven't you? Somewhere or other. Right, so I have brought some new stash. I haven't brought any mandala yarn for ages, and I've only ever bought it twice in the past. So I thought, you know, and I really like knitting with it, crocheting with it, it's really nice. So this time I opted for, I think it was the, I can't see, I think it's the Wizard, oh sorry, Warlock. So I see a shawl, you know, a really nice shawl in that. Not sure, I do like it. So I brought those, and I did buy a pattern off of Ravelry to start when I finished my Mount Pleasant tee, and it is the Hayley cardigan by Divine Debris. So I'm trying to find a picture that's big enough. There's a crocheted, so that's that. And what I like about it also is it's got this detailing at the back there. So yeah, so the colours I've opted for, I've just brought Starcraft, Aran, so teal as the main colour, and for the two stripes I've opted for, I think it's silver and, like the ball band busted when I took it out of the band, sage. So if I hold those together, I think that looks okay. Looks quite nice. So that's going to be on the needles next, as soon as I finish the Mount Pleasant. Yeah, because I've only ever crocheted one garment before, so I really enjoyed it, so I'm going to do that. So I think I've got quite a few things planned ahead of myself already. So I've got that, the crochet, the two, well, one shawlette, one shawl. I think I pretty much know what I'm also going to put on the needles and for a knitted garment next. Well, I might do the Tegna, I'm not sure, either the Tegna or I might even do the tin can knit jumper, I'm not sure. So yeah, so I think that's more or less it, I think. So thank you so much if you've made it this far. And yeah, so don't forget to upload any of your photos if you're interested in, you know, joining in the make along, and I'll see you again soon. All right, bye for now.